sure to cook. Today we're going to be doing meatball subs. We're going to do everything homemade. Then I'm going to add a little Creole seasoning inside of there. I'm going to give this a great stir. Look at that, guys. I am good to go. I hear you. Yes. Oh my God, that is wonderful. So that was about 4 to 5. I'm back. Bye.
Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to be making a quick and easy seafood nachos. So stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, today I've got some peeled and deveined raw shrimp and we're going to have to marinate. I'm going to be using something totally different to marinate these. I've got this seasoning called Ghetto Girls Seasoning. I'm sorry, I had it backwards. It's Ghetto Girl Eats. And this is a seasoning from a girl that makes her own seasoning. Just look her up and you probably can get more, or watch her show and you probably can get more seasons from her. So I'm going to use these seasons because I've tasted this and I like all the seasons in there. If you read the back of them, it tells you what all seasons you like. I'm a seasoned person. So I'm going to shake some of this seasoning in here, which that's great. And I say for that, you use a small bag. You can use, I think, a 7-ounce or whatever you want. Now, these are medium shrimps because they're going to cook, but you can use small or even the tiny kind. I've got some white pepper that I'm going to shake on here. Okay. And guys, I love helping other, people out there that's doing their thing with cooking, making seasonings, or even doing different stuff. Hey, I'm a big fan of, supporting and helping them just as well as they do me. So don't feel bad to use other people's stuff too, because it's good to get them out just like my show. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of toss that around and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for about 20-25 minutes to make sure all these wonderful seasons get in there. Okay, I got my Alfredo sauce of your choice, your favorite one. I just put some in here. It's like maybe a half a jar. Then I've got your favorite queso dip, and this is what I'm using. So I'm going to add in about the same much as I did with my Alfredo sauce. I had a little jar of Alfredo sauce. I think it was about 5 or 6, maybe like 5 or 6 ounces. I get the ounces for you. You'll see that on the bottom of the page when you just scroll down after you watch this video. I'm going to mix this thoroughly together, and I'm going to slightly heat both of these up. Okay, so I put it in my pan. This is the Alfredo sauce. Okay, so I'm just making sure I mix this up very thoroughly. Now with the queso dip it has other stuff in it like chilies. So this is the kind that I got, and I've got a medium. You can get a mild or you can get a spicy if you want, but we are having seafood, so I wanted maybe a medium or a mild. My mistake. I actually picked up medium, which, medium is good for me, but a mild would have been better because I am having, I'm going to have jalapenos also. So I'm going to have a little spicy, but it's up to whatever you want. You can get this in mild. So this has all of the stuff in here. It has all different types of, red peppers, all kind of good stuff. So I like it. You can see the chunks. See? You can see the chunks of stuff in here. So I'm going to mix this. I'm going to put this on the stove and just slightly heat this up. I want this heated up thoroughly and melt all that and get that nice and ready for the sauce. Okay, now you remember that shrimp that we made? Now this has been marinated for a while, but I'm going to add some garlic powder to this shrimp. Just a little bit, 1/4. It was hardly anything in here at all. So I say about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're not going to use regular garlic, whole garlic or crushed garlic. We're just going to use the powder. And why I say that, because I just want a little taste of that garlic. If you don't like garlic, you can just not use that at all. We're going to mix it up. Hey, let's get these babies frying. Okay, in case I got some good old olive oil over here, guys, I'm adding about a teaspoon of olive oil into my pan. And once this olive oil gets really hot, let me tell you something. That's a lot of oil to me. But if you need a little bit more oil, you feel free. Put 2 tablespoons if you like. One should be good. Once that heats up and that oil starts to melt and spreads, you'll know that you have a lot of oil. You don't want too much oil because, like I said, you just want to cook these shrimp and cook all the stuff that you need to cook in here. It's going to heat it up very well. So while that's heating, let's go back over here because it's another thing we're going to be putting with our shrimp, and I want you all to know. Okay, another thing that we're going to be putting into our seafood nachos, and we have crab. This is an imitation crab, but if you have real crab, or you want, real crab, or you want to take it and crack it out of the shell, or you can actually buy it at the store, you can. But I'm going to use an imitation crab, and we're going to be using also that too. We're not going to be putting any flavors with this because in our marinated shrimp, it's got enough flavor. So let's go over here and start frying these shrimp. All right, we're going to go ahead and start throwing our shrimp inside of our pan here. Yes, getting a spatula, making sure I get all the seasonings out of my bowl because they kind of stick at the bottom here. And I don't want that because that is the flavor to my dish here. I want those seasonings to stay exactly with my shrimp and not in the bowl. So look at that. Yeah. Good enough oil for me. But if you want a little bit more, you feel like that's a little dry, go ahead and pop some more oil in there. That'd be great. Okay, so we're going to cook these on about medium low until these are nice and tender and done. Okay, so I'm flipping my shrimp. I want that nice grill mark on all sides. Because guess what? With this shrimp, you can take a spatula and just turn them all over like that if you want. I'm just going to flip these on the sides. Oh, yes, love it. Or, you could do them any way you want. I do them like this, but, you can flip them however you want to flip them. As long as you get that, these are about to come out. I'm going to turn off the heat on these because it doesn't take shrimp that long to cook. Okay, you remember that crab? Oh, I lost the crab. Okay, I got that in there. I'm just going to stir these around with my shrimp. I kind of turn that off because I just want that to heat up and get the flavor off these shrimp because your shrimp are completely done. It doesn't take long to cook shrimp at all. I tasted my sauce. I love it. And you know what? This flavor goes a long way. This Ghetto Girl seasons. Hey, Sierra, using your seasons. Keep it up, girl. This is good. I'm just going to add a little bit into my sauce mix to lighten up and brighten up my Alfredo sauce. Give it a little bit more, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm giving it a, That means delicious. Okay, letting that just sit there and heat up and then get all that good seasons in. All right, let's get back to our shrimp. Okay, get your favorite brand of tortilla chips that you like. And I'm just going to open. I had time that I could have, made them and fried them for you all. But today, we're just using the bag. I always use the bag. So I'm just going to take some. And make sure when you get a bag of those, make sure you get a really good bag where they look like tortilla chips like this, where they're not all broke up like this. So make sure you look for a bag that has really good chips, not a lot of crumbs. But sometimes you'll get crumbs at the bottom, but not a whole bunch of crumbs. So you want the nice looking ones. We're going to put this in a 350 degrees oven for about 20 seconds because you just want these to get nice and heated and warm so you can get nice crispy and they come back to like you just fried them. Great. Okay, now we got our chips out. Great. We're going to be assembling this because it's not really much to assemble. Okay, so we're going to have some great stuff here. We got a big old plate here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these nice warm hot chips. Oh my God, these are warm. And we're going to just put these on our plate here. As many as we can. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now on this plate, I'm going to add some jack cheese. Okay, on these warm chips, we put in a Mexican style cheese, and it's a shredded cheese that we're going to sprinkle all over these chips because we want to get this nice and hot and cheesy. Yes, it looks going to be so good. As I'm doing, I'm thinking about, oh my God, this is going to be so good. And you know, you want that cheese, you want to move these around because you want that cheese to melt down on all these chips. I do. Don't you hate it when you have some, you know, cheese on some and you got meat on some and you don't have it on all? I hate that. Okay, so the next thing we got, guys, you remember we're going to start laying all this down here. And you know what? This is not going to work with a spatula, so let me get a spoon because we got to really give it to them. Okay, and you want to sprinkle this on all around here because you want to get all of this. Yeah. Okay, my Alfredo sauce is nice and hot. And I got a little bit of the crab and the shrimp seafood that I'm going to be putting. I'm going to pour on the Alfredo cheese sauce dip. Oh my God. Look at here. I'm just being silly. Okay, from there, guys. I got it all on the side. From there, no question about it. Some more cheese is going to go on side. And then guess what? We're going to pile it up with more shrimp and crab on here because this is a seafood shrimp and crab dish. And you got to have it. Oh, you got to have it. There we go. Okay, guys, I got salsa here. And what I did, this salsa had, you know, a lot of juice and stuff in it. I just took a little strainer and strained all the juice off this salsa. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to spread this out here so it can have nice, good flavor of salsa. You know, just some tomato salsa. And if you don't like the salsa, you know, just get fresh tomatoes, cut them up, and you can put that on there. Okay, I got some sour cream that I am going to put in my little cups, my little parfait cups. Make sure we clean it up. Set this to the side because that's my sour cream. Okay, put this to the side. Now, the next thing I need, offers, guys, is we're going to use a little bit of green onions to go all over this. You know, you want to cut these green onions really thin and really light. Okay. Sprinkle those over here and make those look nice. Ooh, yeah. If you like it, just throw a little bit, tiny little bit of white onion on there. Or you can cook it with your shrimp, which I meant to do, but I was overwhelmed by this dish. I loved it. I got some guacamole salsa, but it's like a spread. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to spread some of this guacamole on. You know, it'd be good if I had, I'm using a spoon. Some people don't have all those fancy things. I never had all that stuff when I was growing up. So I just used what I had, a spoon. And I just want to kind of like dip a little bit on here. Oh, man, look at that. That makes it look so good. And this is really good. Yeah, just bang it, bang it, bang it. There you go. Okay, guys, and this is my quick seafood nachos. And I hope you like them. I hope you try it. And I hope you come back again. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, see you next time, because guess what? Who did this? You and me. We did this together. So come back next time so we can do plenty more dishes. See you later. Bye.